Evening. How y'all doing? It is Tuesday, November 11th, as of recording this video. About 6:30 p.m. Melissa came and picked Joey up a little while ago. I hadn't wanted to do any more videos with him around, to update everything. Some stuff, we talk about that I don't want him to be around for. Some stuff he don't need to hear. Nothing catastrophic, but some health problems that I don't want him to worry about. But like I said in that video yesterday, there's just been so much going on. I have not been feeling well. Joey has been sick for a while. My mom has been sick since about Saturday, and I've done pretty good, I think, especially for my condition, to not get it up until now, but I think I'm finally coming down with it. And when I get sick, it's a big deal. I can't get rid of it as easily as I used to. And I've got to really watch it and make sure it doesn't turn into something worse. I had bronchitis earlier in the year, and it started out as just a cold or flu bug. And then, of course, what started this whole mess, the hand, foot, and mouth disease started it, but I got sick with a bug April of 24 or March of 24, and it wouldn't go away. I had it for like 3 weeks, and it started getting progressively worse, and I kept trying to fight it and deal with it, but it got to a point where I could barely get up off the couch. I was like, I gotta do something about this. So I ended up going to the ER, and they told me at the ER that I had a severe case of septic shock, and I had maybe 48 hours left to exist on my couch before I expired. And I didn't think it was that bad, but I have a high pain tolerance, a tolerance for suffering, I suppose. And it seems that, what I think isn't that bad, other people think is extremely serious. But that's what they told me. And I ended up in the ICU for 6 days with that. So yeah, now I have to really worry and be concerned when I get sick. I gotta, really watch it. Because I have an open wound on my stump. It seems to slightly be trying to get better. It seems to be filling in, but it is there, and I'm getting sick. And that's what happened last time. I had ulcers on my feet that the podiatrist that I was seeing were not doing a good job of caring for. I thought they were. I didn't know any better, but they made it so that they kind of basically made it so that the wounds wouldn't heal. They just kept open, and they stayed wet. because they kept the wounds wet by putting meta honey on there, which is good stuff, but the ulcers have to, have to dry out. And every week I would go and they would debride and meta honey, debride and meta honey, debride and meta honey. So they would keep tearing away tissue and they would keep putting meta honey on it, and the ulcers just wouldn't heal. So I couldn't go get anything done about it, and then I got sick, and I didn't know any better. Sick turned into septic, and then septic turned into me losing half of my foot. So I got to make sure that doesn't happen again, because if it happens again, I'll end up losing whatever's left and probably some of the leg too, and I can't be doing that. It has been it's been hard enough for me to adjust to life the way it is. So I can't be trying to live with half a leg now. I can't. I'm not going to make it. But in regards to everything that's been going on, I apologize. Halloween, I was supposed to do a spooky little thing that night, and I did try. Came up with something that I thought was cool. I was sitting in the recliner in my room. Joey was passed out in his room about 11:30 at night, and I had a candle, and I was holding it, right in front of my chin, and it lit my face up, but flickering flames and shadow made my eyes look dark, but at the same time the flames were reflecting in my eyes, which I thought was a really spooky, cool effect. And I composed a little a spooky little poem about St. Augustine that I entitled Old Augustine. I was quite proud of it. I came up with it on the fly in the span of about 5 minutes. And I was trying to recite my little poem. I was holding the candle here, and I wasn't breathing on the candle, but just the air that I expelled when I was speaking would blow out the candle flame. And I could not keep it lit, and I tried it, 7 or 8 times before I decided this just isn't going to work, so I did not post that. I do apologize. It's something I'm going to try to do in the future, though. There's a way you can make a candle or a small torch that you cannot blow it out. You have to snuff it out. So I'm going to do that and try to use that effect again for, ghost stories and whatnot. I've done a couple on the channel previously, and it does seem like most of you that are here with me now aren't really into that sort of thing. But there are a lot of people out there that are, and if they're searching up ghost stories, and my ghost stories pop up, that may bring people to my channel, and may help to increase my subscriber count, may help to increase my potential donors, which I hate to have to say, but is the entire reason for my channel. I would not have a YouTube channel if I did not need to pull in support for GoFundMe. I do not enjoy getting on here and talking to dozens, or in some cases hundreds of people. It rubs me the wrong way. Unfortunately, for me, it is necessary, and I have made some friends on here. I guess as good of friends as you can be through the comments section of YouTube. So I enjoy that part of it. I just don't like being the center of attention, people focusing on me. I'm a happy little introvert. I do not like crowds, be they real or virtual. I apologize for the shivering. I am freezing my Polish ass off, partly because of the bug, I think. My evening time videos in my rocking chair on my front porch have probably ceased to happen for a good while. I get some mild mornings, afternoons. I may still do some front porch rocking chair videos, but not only is it, now getting dark at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the evening,